Welcome to Court Porn!
Thank you for having me.
What do you think of the name Court Porn?
Well,
What do you think we'll be
it gets your attention, so...
What do you think we'll be asking you to do at Court Porn? You know, the first time when I saw you was on TV, it was on Channel 5.
Yes.
The 5 search.
Yes, that's the first time I was on TV.
And Michelle Chong was one of the judges.
Yes, she was.
And she said that you are very, very talented. Yes, she said
really?
very, very talented.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm very humbled.
You know, no one has seen the audition tapes.
Yeah.
So would it be okay that you reenact it for us? 3, 2, 1, action.
What is this? Why do we need so many things for just one vehicle? Infantry just needs SAR 21 to settle it all. We so sway can. Pui. Can you read Encik for me?
I play Encik.
Yeah, let's go.
But during training, you guys get to sit inside a vehicle, Huat, and sleep until shock. Why you never complain?
But infantry come back, clean arm, send arm, then can sleep already.
Ayo, don't compare lah. Last time, we compared ourselves with infantry. Every time, use river crossing as example. They angry until don't know what to say.
Is it? Tell us, Lay. Then at least we can be happy a bit, huh?
Okay, so that was the first
take. That was
take.
all it was. Yeah, so after they read the rest of Encik, then that was the first take. Then this is what they said word for word to me. They said, can you be more Indian? So I was like,
what does it mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? So I was like, what? They said, can you be a full-blown Indian man?
Those were the exact words.
Exact words. Yeah, so I was kind of confused, so I tried to clarify. So I was like, do you mean like a thick accent and mannerisms? I said, yes. So now, because they said be more Indian first, I was kind of like, how does that mean thick accent? And you know, so I was like, but not all Indians speak that way.
You have been an Indian all your life.
Yeah, I mean like...
How to be more Indian?
Yeah, I was kind of confused. So I said, that's not how all Indians speak. So they said, well, that's what we want. And make it funny. So I was like, well, okay.
More Indian. Take 2.
What is this? Why do we need so many things for just one vehicle? Infantry just needs SAR 21 to settle it all. We so sway can? Puya. Yeah.
So that's...
It was kind of, that's what I tried to do to try to make it sound as natural as possible, but like phrases where it was kind of like, we so sway can, pui. Like, it was just kind of strange because it's so Singlish, right? Like, it just came out so forced with an exaggerated Indian accent. Then they said, okay, thank you. What? And then that was it. The audition ended.
So if the Our Boys team call you back and say, you know, we want you in the movie, but we would want you to be in the movie in the more Indian version of you.
Or like that kind of...
Would you say...
I'd say no.
You say no.
Yeah.
So let's say one day, Michelle Chong got a call.
Yes.
From Orange is the New Black.
She did, right? I saw that. Oh, that was so good.
Okay, not just in a thriller, but say a whole series.
Right.
Okay, on the condition that she plays this alien who speaks in a very thick Singlish way. If you were her, and her lines might be something along the line of, "Aiya, I tell you, if you smoke or chew gum in Singapore, sure gonna find one." She has to do this on Netflix, okay?
Yeah.
And let's say she's being told that, you know, Michelle, you have to do it in a more Singaporean way.
What does that mean, director?
So if the director says, add a few more las, add a few more law, add a few more lay, and let's say that's the directions that they're giving you, would you do it? They already told you what being more Singaporean means
and
to
also
them.
The script, right? The script that you just said, is actually Singlish, and her character is an alien who speaks Singlish, so that actually fits her character. So like, that would actually make sense as a role. But if the lines were not Singlish, if they were completely like in perfect English and she was told to be more alien, it would be weird, wouldn't it? So there's one thing, there's a situation that you can't compare the two, right? But again, the direction that be more Singaporean wouldn't make sense.
So if Netflix call you up, you wouldn't take up the role?
No.
If that's the role?
I wasn't angry about the audition. I wasn't angry by the audition as much as I was about the fact that people can be so oblivious, you know? And I knew that the casting director didn't mean maliciously like, we're going to make fun of Indians. I just knew that I faced this so many times in my life in Singapore, where people say stuff like, hey, you're very handsome for an Indian. Or like, are you Singaporean? Then I'm like, yeah, I'm Singaporean. But you don't look Indian. Then I'm like, why? I don't know, Indians are usually dark. What? So these things, it's just that sort of thing. Like when I was there at Cathay, and I just thought about these things, and it was just kind of hurtful that it exists in our society when we pride ourselves to be, you know, to have racial harmony and stuff like that. Like it just made me feel sad. Wow, first of all, my thought was, she posts this at 2 a.m. to make sure that we are asleep.
She's nocturnal.
You know, so it's like, it spreads before you could do anything about it. So, and I saw it and I was like, a lot of things are taken out of context. You know,
For example,
so like the stand-up comedy thing that she put up there, one, it was from 3 years ago. And two, she only took the one little statement that I made about South Indian accents and the accent.
And then there is a South Indian accent. You know, the South Indian accent, the drama doesn't come in the words, it comes in the eyes. And the bubble. You know, if you want to talk about the words come out round, fat and plump, just like us.
And she completely disregarded the rest of the tape, which were also about accents and different other accents. But at the start of the video, if you go and search it up, I did say that, you know, this is my first time doing stand-up comedy. I might say things that are offensive. So please be, you know, make sure that yada, 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 you know.
Now, there are two types of Indian accents here. The one that I'm currently speaking in is the Northern Indian accent.
That was 3 years ago. I recognized that some things I said was like off the top of my head, which like I don't think I should have said when I was doing that performance, because I was nervous, of course, and it's my first time doing stand-up comedy, and I said things that I shouldn't say. And after the performance, I was like, yeah, you know, as much as I receive racism, I can say things that are offensive to other communities too. I can be racist too. The other video was the one I did actually on the competition, the 5 search, and it was on episode 5, and we were supposed to create a news character, right? So I created this Arab character. Again, taken out of context. She just showed me in the garb, and doing the Arab accent, and she didn't show what I said, what the story, what the scene was. She just had that, and it was like, oh, he can do the Arab accent, but can't do the Indian one. Who's being racist now? Blah, 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 blah.
I don't understand why people want to
Cringe.
get upset over a small thing like this.
Terrible.
I mean,
If you actually go watch the video, the character that I created was a peace correspondent for the news called Osayang bin Loving, right? So he's a peace correspondent. He's a very sincere Arab character who's like trying his best to deliver the news and promote peace in the country. But the stereotype of Arabs being terrorists is something that he can't escape. So what happens is that when he says stuff like, I have exclusive news, and he wants to say that, the teleprompter in front of him is showing him explosive.
for you, explosive. Oh, shish kebab. I mean, exclusive news.
So he ends up saying explosive. So even though it's not his fault, he says stuff that comes across as like, oh, he's violent in nature. But he's like, no, that's not what I meant. So that's where the humor comes, where like, you know, he's so sincere and he's such a good person, and he's not a terrorist, of course, but society like forces him, you know, to be in that mold.
I think one of the points that was mentioned was, you know, when you were being called a hypocrite, was especially after you edited your posts.
Yeah, so what I was editing was to make sure the phrasing, what I meant, was exactly how I meant it, to show people that, hey, this is not what I meant, to like clarify, so like certain grammatical errors and stuff that I edited. I did not change the content of the post, if you look at the edits.
You know, on your posts,
Yeah.
there is someone who has almost similar thoughts to you.
Yeah.
If I may,
Yes.
let me quote him. Alfian Saad.
Yes.
He said something along the line of, I keep hearing stories of minority actors being told that they are not Malay enough, that they are not Indian enough. And what it means is that they are supposed to play terrible racial caricatures. It means a Malay character who is relax lah and speaks slowly, and an Indian character whose thick accent and head shaking are supposed to be a source of amusement. That is what you have been trying to say.
Yeah.
But, you know, at the same time, there is this Malay comedian, Fas. He actually responded with a video post. Have you seen his post?
I don't think I've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, internet? Wow,
This past few days, the internet has been going crazy about racism, about minorities, about Chinese privilege, about misrepresentation of minorities in movies, and I just thought that as a Malay brother, I should respond to all of this on behalf of the Malay community. Now, amidst all of these issues, the real question that the Malay community in Singapore wants to ask now is, what time is breakfast? Because we are so hungry.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, I think he's taken the opportunity of the situation to see. He's a comedian, and this is basically using incongruency, right? Because you don't expect him to say that.
Yeah.
You expect him to talk something about racism or something, and he just uses the opportunity to twist, you know, and it brings. I think it's really funny because what he does is he brings to light the true issue that Malays might be facing, which is really the hunger that they have to go through about, you know, with Ramadan. Like, that's a real suffering. So he's pointing out to the fact that this casual racism, this sort of issues are not that serious to talk about. Instead, you know, we something as, you know, that might be really plaguing the community would be, I'm hungry.
Do you monitor the internet after your posts?
Well, I did for a while, and I started getting, like, once it got really viral, I got a lot of hateful comments and
what affected
like,
you the most?
If I got $1 for each time I was told to go quit acting and become a prata man, I would be a millionaire right now. I would. Like, there were a lot of hateful, racist comments. Told to go back to India, just an apu nene. It could go on and on. After a point, like, I thought it wasn't affecting me, but when I spoke to my girlfriend and, like, we were talking about certain things, like, I just got really affected by it, like, subconsciously. So, I mean, in the past, I've suffered from depression and OCD, and only recently I've kind of gotten out of that to, like, gain control of my life again. And it reached a point where I kind of felt the dark clouds coming back, because a lot of these hateful comments, they resemble the kind of self-criticism and, you know, like, that you experience when you are going through depression, which you do it to yourself. Now it's coming out from an external point. I think Maxi, rightfully so, felt betrayed because he felt that I did not even talk to him about my feelings after the audition or whatever, and I decided to post it instead of talk to him about it, especially after asking him to put in a good word for me. So what happened was I saw him repost Shrey's post, so I was kind of like, wait, what? So I messaged him and I was like, bro, you support Shrey in this? I thought you'd be on my side. Like, I thought you would understand.
We are friends.
As we are friends and we as actors, I thought you would understand where I'm coming from. And I sent him this privately. However, he just said, comment on my post. So I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to create a fight between us publicly. Like, I don't want to do that. You're my friend. He didn't respond, and then he just posted that sort of angry post against me, and I tried to then respond to it in a manner which didn't attack him. I didn't want to. So I kind of understand his sense of betrayal and stuff like that, because I think, you know, of course he has to face the casting directors every day. There might be a sense of like, why did you even recommend this guy when, you know, he can say these things when we don't mean to be racist, and now he's accusing us of racism. So I think the whole problem stems from the issue that people are assuming me to be blaming them for racism. So I mean, I would, if Maxi, you're watching this, I did not mean to be backstabbing you or whatever. It was never done in a way to insult our boys to men or insult the crew or blame them. It was never done in that intention. I'm sorry that you felt that way. I sincerely want to apologize to you. I haven't reached out to you personally. I haven't done that personally because I'm waiting for it to die down.
Hey, you know when the police called you up for questioning?
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Oh yeah. I was like, what? Like, wait, why is the police wanting to talk to me? What did I do wrong that could be a criminal offense, right? So when I showed that to my parents, they freaked out, of course. My girlfriend, she's studying to do law, so she's the one that searched up and tried to find out what could it be, under what law could I be a criminal for this. And loosely we found that the Sedition Act says that regardless of anyone's intention, if anything they say or do causes racial tension, then they can be criminalized. So it became like, wait, So wait, I didn't intend any, in my post I'm not saying, oh, Chinese against Indians, or, you know, but people, because there are hateful comments coming to me, it could be like people are taking it to be like a racial war or whatever, I don't know.
Is it okay to share what a police officer said?
Yeah, I mean, the police officer was very friendly. I mean, he was very calming, like he assured me that I did nothing wrong, that a police report was made, and so they have to follow up and ask me about my intentions about the post. I had everything ready, so I just showed them that, and they wrote a statement. I mean, he wrote a statement, and I had to sign it. But I've also received a lot of support from people in the industry. Irene Ang met me personally to talk about it, showed her support for me, but gave me advice on how to approach the situation better, which I really appreciate.
What was her advice?
I mean, her advice is let the art speak for itself. Do work that will raise awareness on this issue if you really want to talk about it. Adrian Pang spoke to me. He's in support for me. And there was even a Facebook post where someone commented and said, oh, Shrey has thrown his career down the drain. And then Alfian Saad responded and said, I would hire Shrey any day. And then Alvin Tan did the same thing, and they were like, yeah, we need an actor who thinks and who questions the norms. A lot of Chinese friends that have apologized to me. And I'm like, no, it's not your fault. It's not even
sorry, I've done that in the past. I'm sorry, I called you Pun Nene in the past. I'm so sorry.
You know, but I mean, like, a lot of my friends are supporting me. Industry professionals are supporting me. Teachers, mentors, people I don't even know, strangers who have reached out to me.
To an inclusive society.
More inclusive. There we go.
Cheers. Thanks for coming on Court Porn.
Thank you for having me.